was the worst. So take a look here on the right. You see what I told you earlier, the Vittoriano, called after Victor Emmanuel. You see the two guards with the wreath. Yes, they are. They have changing of the guards also. Yes, the guard in the tomb of the unknown soldier. Here on the right, we will be driving through later. This is the Roman Forum, and you may get a first glimpse of the Colosseum. Look down there to the right. Look. Oh. There you go. You see? And on the right here, just to the right of this church, you see in the dark that column that stands out, and that is the column of Trajan. This is also where they have the most important Christmas tree here in December, right here to your left-hand side in this green meadow. Again, this is the palace, the balcony from which Mussolini declared the war, so he informed the people that war was on, you know, quite an important historical building. To the right, this straight road is called the road called Corso. One of the most important shopping roads in the city. We will be in this area tomorrow in the afternoon. Whereas this building on the right, you see with the beautiful frescoes. Look, 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 the lights are on. Look at the frescoes up there. This is where the sister of Napoleon used to live. Paolina Bonaparte. She did live in Rome because she was married here. And this is where she lived. But now, have you ever heard of a prime minister, former prime minister in Italy called Berlusconi? You might have heard that he had some fun parties sometimes. Look on your right, this is Palazzo Grazioli, where they took place. This is it. See? Oh yes. Here on the right we have an Irish pub. You know, yesterday was St. Patrick's, so they're still celebrating. We have lots of Irish in the city, lots of people visiting. This big church on the right-hand side is devoted to St. Charles Borromeo. In northern Italy, in the Lake District, ladies and gentlemen, that is where he was from Lago Maggiore, in the area that we now call Stresa. On your right-hand side, the Castle of the Angel. Remember angels and demons? Ah, there you go. There you go. And you have the secret passage that goes all the way to the apartments of the Pope. Now, also Tosca jumps into the river, so she must have been an Olympionic champion. See how far the river is from the top of the town. And the beautiful bridge of the angels. So as it was fortified the way you see it, it became just impossible to conquer. And those that owned that place had the power over Rome. The popes got it. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we take you abroad. We take you to the Vatican City. Oh yes, do you have your passports with you? Good, you don't need them anyway. So let's go over and check if Pope Francis is at home tonight. And, well, we'll just check to see if he's in there. Now, we'll make a left turn here. You will see as we make a left turn that the secret passage on the right and St. Peter's in front of us, ladies and gentlemen. The Conciliation Road, Via della Conciliazione. It goes without saying that once all these buildings were torn down, the effect that was meant to give you when Michelangelo had in mind vanished. Because imagine getting out from these narrow alleyways and all of a sudden you found yourselves in St. Peter's Square. People went, they gasped in awe. Of course, that is gone. However, it must be said that the way things have changed, history has changed, all the pilgrims that come to the city, it is really the only way for now that we have now to come here, because there's too many visitors. Imagine today, earlier today, there were over 300,000 people here. Let's see. I'll show you where the Pope lives. Are you ready? So if you look on your right, you see the scaffoldings, right? To the left of the scaffoldings, but no, he hasn't moved in yet. Of course, no, he hasn't moved in yet, no. To the left of the scaffolding, instead of not the top floor, the last but one floor, the last windows on the right, last but one floor, that's where the apartments of the popes are. But he hasn't moved in yet. Normally, if he's there, all the lights are on, the windows are open and everything. But, and the red curtains in front of us. That is where he came out for the first time to say good evening. That is where he came out from. So you were tonight, were actually, yeah, well, everybody was a couple of days ago. Amazing. And when you see the little red light, that's the Sistine Chapel. He normally gives his speeches from his apartment or from this red canopy there. I mean, those red curtains. But that is very, very rare. It can happen like once a year, or then certainly when the Pope is declared like Habemus Papam. We have a Pope. All these columns by Bernini, you see, they're all built in travertine stone, which the quarries are not too far from Rome. And it is a kind of embrace, a kind of welcome to the world of Catholicism. This is why they were built like that, like a big hug. You see on both sides. Now, rumor has it that you see these beautiful girls that are around as statues or so. They were models that eventually bought an apartment here on the right-hand side when they aged, because they wanted to look at themselves when they were young. so they could see themselves every day when they posed as models for the beautiful fountain. If you have a minute tomorrow, do pop into this church. This is the most important one in the city for official events, like when we have major weddings or unfortunately funerals or so, the state things, they all take place here. It's in St. Mary of the Angels and Martyrs. It's a very unusual building. It's just like a huge hall. So if you have a minute tomorrow, you may certainly pop in there and take a look at it. So, ladies and gentlemen, this was our illumination drive of Rome. I hope it gave you a good introduction to the city. Yes?